I decided to use a pen in my silver bullet to draw this flower, I first of all thought that I would be using a CD pen, you know, one of these permanent markers, and I tried it and it didn't quite work, in that when I went over it with colour it was still kind of bleeding a little bit. So I decided to try using one of these, which is a Sakura glaze pen. So I put it in my silver bullet and I've drawn the image and I've allowed it to dry for a few minutes. Whatever you do, you know, if you're going to be using a pen and then colouring in, allow the pen to dry. So I'm going to start off with, no, I use the other end, use the brush end here. A watercolour brush pen. This is one of the ones from Aldi, as it happens. I have some koi watercolour brush pens. Get tongue out of a knot as well. So I'll probably swap between the two because I don't have that many colours of either. So I'm just giving that a bit of a yellow, and as you can see, it's not bled. I want to go on a little bit of it with some orange, so I'm going to swap to a Marabou watercolour, which is so the little variety, as it happens, and put a little bit of orange in places. It just makes the colour pop a little bit. Just provides a little bit of variety of colour. A few little touches like that. And you can go in with a water brush. These water brushes are Pentel. I want to think for a minute. Yeah, Pentel ones. I've had them for years. And you can just smooth out the edges of the colour by adding a little water with these. You don't have to be very precious about it. If you add water, watercolour will just automatically spread. It's a good idea to have a piece of kitchen roll to hand so that you can take any remnants of colour off, squeeze and just brush. And as you can see on there, I've got a little bit of the yellow coming up on there. Now this is on watercolour paper because I can't seem to use watercolour brushes on any other type of paper without it pilling and looking absolutely revolting. What I decided to do for this card is to have my normal A6 base, but to cut off a large portion of it. So basically it's as wide as an A6, but it has about 1 centimetre extra. And I just simply folded it and then cut the extra piece off. What I want to do is to attach this flower so that it lines up with the base like that, and I want to take off most of this piece. And if there's any trace of the line still showing, just get my little laser and get rid of that. I think I'm going to go for blue. Now because I don't want any colour on here, I'm going to bend that backwards. And I'm going to start off with this one. I decided I wanted a bit more contrast on this side piece, so I went over it with Paris Dusk, which is a very deep blue. Leave it for a couple of minutes. Preferably put a nice heavy weight over the top. Now I can just see the faintest line of white under there, so all I'm going to do is add a tiny amount of this sweet plum along the edge. I have my card now dried and put together, and I'm going to use these Jelly Roll pens to add a couple of glittery accents. These are called Stardust pens. You can get one in clear, which just adds a little glitter with no colour behind it, or you can get them in various colours, and these are quite nice for adding just a little touch of sparkle. Now I got sent these, but I do like them. I wouldn't recommend them if I didn't, but they're very nice for adding just a little bit of glitter, a bit of shimmer and shine wherever you want it. Great for lettering as well. Right, there we go, that's that bit done, and then I want to finish off with a few sparkly embellishments, which is why I've got my matte varnish. So I finished the card, added some embellishments here, and if I were going to make this card again, I would use the file that I've linked, because it can actually be cut out as a complete piece, and then this can be coloured and then stuck on, and I will link the file with the amended detail so that you don't have to join things on the back of here, and that will make it a lot easier to make. But this was my prototype, so when I make the prototypes I always expect to make modifications, and then I give you the modifications. Aren't you lucky? There we go. I will leave a link to some more videos here. Hope you'll enjoy watching those as well.